it's just a matter of days before the election's date and campaign is in full swing, with those seeking votes pitching their promises and aspirations. At the heart of this campaign has been manifestos and how they speak to the country's development aspiration of Malawi Vision 2063, a commitment of making Malawi a middle-income economy.
To this end, my government shall introduce free secondary education.
This manifesto is realistic. It has not just been plucked from nowhere. The promises.
In spite of over a dozen political parties having gone on the ground campaigning, only MCP, DPP, PP, PDP and UTM publicized their written down manifestos. But to what extent do these manifestos align themselves to the Malawi Vision 2063? A question for analyst observers to dissect. In all this, agriculture comes first, for to date it remains Malawi's economic backbone. No wonder the MCP manifesto pledges transformation to agribusiness through such pillars as ATMM strategy, youth agribusiness loans, and support for medium-scale farmers. And no wonder the DPP promises to reform the Affordable Inputs Program to promote fertilizer production, irrigation, mechanization, climate-smart farming, boost livestock and fisheries. So too, not surprising that the PP focuses on mechanization, irrigation and also reviving fisheries to enhance food security and diversify agri-economy. On its part, the UTM plans to establish mega farms in every district whilst promoting cooperative farming, introduce subsidies, irrigation and digital agriculture. Whilst applauding these aspirations, a policy agriculture expert, Leonard Jimwaza, thinks these manifestos are over-ambitious to achieve these promises in a 5-year space.
Do not even know if it will be possible for most of the propositions in the agriculture sector within these manifestos will be able to be implemented within a space of 5 years, considering that we have some propositions that can be implemented in the long term, and we have some that can be implemented within a short term possible. So what matters most is prudence in the implementation of the manifestos on the part of parties, but also seeing other areas that are not good when it comes to government, most especially corruption.
Turning to education, almost all manifestos aspire for youth empowerment so youth can actively participate in socioeconomic activities. Whilst the MCP focuses on expanding access to quality education and replacing grass-thatched schools with modern classrooms by 2030, the DPP pledges free secondary education and improving tertiary institutions to enhance technical and entrepreneurial abilities. On the other hand, whilst the PP ponders on free secondary education among others, the UTM commits to improving school infrastructure, increasing teacher recruitment, and providing bursaries and subsidies to students. This excites an education policy activist, Ben Navicha, but he is cautious on how these political parties would meet these aspirations.
But I don't know how these political parties are going to implement that within the shortest period of time. I'm saying this is simply because as of now, Malawi is going through economic crisis, so that it is even failing to pay the teachers who retired some time back, and even those teachers who graduated in 2021, 2022, some of them have not yet been employed, simply because the government does not have enough money. But yet in schools, many schools do not have enough teachers. So we are coming up with another load saying that they are going to introduce a free secondary school education. I don't know. If we're not going to be very careful, that is going to compromise the quality of education in our country.
Zisankho zamameya m'mizinda mwathu kuti azikhala wokha amene amalawi awasankha, ndipo mameya awo akhale ndi
mavuto amene ali nawo dziko lino ndi mavuto akulu kwambiri.
On youth engagement, a youth rights lobby group, Young Politicians Union, feels these manifestos could have done better if they laid clear roadmaps once they get into power. This is the take of Clement Makua, National Director for the union.
I'm not yet convinced in terms of the execution, how these political parties are going to implement what they have promised. So, for instance, in the agriculture sector, how are young people going to be impacted with their manifesto? But as well, in terms of the same agriculture, how is the value addition? Because almost every political party has mentioned about the value addition.
Socio-economic welfare is another scope that has caught the voters' attention, with the MCP promising 3 million youth jobs and creating the Tsogolo account, which provides 500,000 kwacha, as some flagship commitments. DPP, on the other hand, pledges 5 billion kwacha annually per constituency, and youth empowerment funds linking these measures to strengthening human capital. So has the PP, emphasizing on expanding vocational and technical training for a skilled workforce, like the UTM, which has been pledging a skilled youth base for an economic self-reliant nation. Economic expert Chimumu Mandira would have loved if these manifestos provided clear implementation plans and funding strategies.
They're supposed to implement policies that address the critical issues that Malawians are facing. So we have food security, we have access to basic needs, we have forex, we have cheaper farm inputs, subsidized farm inputs. So if you address these things, you're also addressing the key critical issues that the Malawi economy is facing. Because if you address these issues, you're also addressing the issue of inflation, which is making a lot of commodities to be expensive on the market, and also realistic strategies that can help, not only policies but realistic strategies which will help you to achieve these objectives that we have mentioned as a country we are
Minus locals, the electorate themselves, this story would be incomplete as being suggested by some residents surrounding Blantyre. Nelson Swifi and Rose Ulambo are among them, who all they want is just a president and government that would improve their well-being.
I'm expecting any president who will be carrying up our country, because we need chitukuko, as I've said. We need money. We need some jobs. We want to catch up. As of now, we are just moving. We have nowhere to go. Only God knows. But what we need, we want to carry up our country to have a good, I can say, agriculture. Really agriculture. Because everyone, if we wake up morning, we need to eat something. But as of now, we have nowhere to go. We are not eating anything. We are just moving like
Despite all the manifestos, what I want is a president who can truly transform this country just a little. We know no leader can ever be perfect, but what we need is someone who can fix the economy, because right now we are drowning in poverty. So I want to urge our politicians, promise only what you can deliver.
So, to what extent do these manifestos meet the Malawi Vision 2063? Social commentator Victor Chibofya thinks most of these commitments are just mere tools to mobilize voters, but can hardly be implemented.
I'm looking at the caliber of the leaders that are behind whatever is being said. Are they being sincere that they're going to deliver what they're saying? Because look, we've lied to each other for the longest of time. that Malawi is going to be great. And look what happened. We had Vision 2020 in 1999. Where are we now? We've had elections in 2004 where manifestos were drawn. Where are we now? If there's only manifesto in Malawi that I can say I would stand by, was maybe the one Bingu Mutharika brought to the country in 2009, because he was saying, let the works of my hands testify for me. Not what I'm going to do. Look at what the Tonse Alliance has been saying to Malawi. Look at what MCP said to Malawi in 2019, and look at what MCP has delivered. You look at what DPP promised Malawi in 2014. Look at what DPP delivered. So look at what MCP is saying now that they're going to deliver. And one will ask themselves, why haven't they delivered?
This is echoed by Lucky Mbewe, another observer who thinks voters will help themselves better by scrutinizing these manifestos before deciding who to vote for.
Let us, seize the opportunity and use this chance to vote wisely and put people who have got the ability to govern us, lead us, and take us from these problems that we're going through at the moment. The decision is theirs. The choice is theirs. To mess up and revert back to the current problems we're in, or choose leaders that can be able, to transform our economy and make lives much, much more better.
Voti yanga ukomera tonse Malawi, voti yanga kusankha mtsogoleri osatengera kuchokera ndero ndi yachinsisi sindilengeza voti yanga mphamvu zanga zili mu voti aye ufulu wanga uli mu voti voti yanga voti yanga ulimbikitsa tsogoleri wa demokrasi kupanga Malawi wokomera tonse sho kuonetsa mphamvu zanga mu voti kusankha tsogoleri wolimbikitsa umodzi kusiyana kuchokera zipani zipembedzo tosenda Malawi.